gentlemen, fellow terrorists and peace lovers and all the rest of it, welcome to the first... Sorry.
We're starting now.
So unprofessional.
Yeah. It's High Street, Kensington, but listen, I've got to go. Like, please try and find it, but I can't talk right now. I've just started. Because remember, we were meant to start at 2. I'll see you soon, but listen, I've got to run. Good luck, I hope you find it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there are no rules in the LPA, the Love Police Academy, except if this is your first time, you have to use the megaphone. So that's probably a lot of people here. So I just want to say welcome to the first Love Police Academy today on the 27th of March 2010. A day without any esoteric significance, except now it's the one that we used to launch the LPA. We are gathered here today outside the Israeli Embassy, London, a veritable fortress with armed guards, because we are showing that we are able to be free and sovereign human beings anywhere in this great and terrible city. Before the government and security services took our consent, we were human beings beforehand. And we are here to send a message to our fellow liars and murderers, because they are us, in every government. Our message is that we are on to the big lie, that we are on to the corporate-controlled matrix, for want of a better word. And these poor guys are the biggest victims of all, because they have to walk around in fancy dress carrying big guns, which isn't really very loving. We just want to say that the brainwashing doesn't work on us anymore. So all the mainstream media about Palestinian terrorists and 2,000-year-old dictates that Jerusalem belongs to the Jews and Zionism, these things don't confuse us anymore. The lies are seen for what they are. A way of controlling a bewildered population kept docile through confusion, fear, and malice. We are the Love Police. We claim jurisdiction here now. Our badges are our hearts. Our guns are our minds. We have a shoot to thrill policy. We are gathered here today to investigate claims that the British, American, and Israeli governments are working together to make this world a more terrifying place for human beings. Following our investigations by honorable members of the undercover anti-terror squad, we have amassed enough evidence now to take these governments to the Love Police court, and you guys are the jury.
Guilty.
Guilty? Your qualifications to be in the jury of the Love Police court are that you are sentient human beings, and that you care enough to turn up here in a nice group before this unphotographable building, says over there, no photography. Because obviously, the Israeli embassy owns the photons that shines off its bricks. Obviously. And you're here without fear. You are here to send a message that you do not need a million violent rioters to send a message to the heart of the big lie. So never forget that a small band of brothers is all that you need to change the world. And I hope, this gets posted on YouTube or any other site so other people can see. And my feeling is that if you're crazy enough to think that you can change the world, then you probably can, because reality is perception. Our demands, not that we have any demands, but if we had demands, they were small, they are small and also very huge. We wish to let the Israeli government know that when their brainwashed military drop bombs on Iran, the world will be watching closely. And sentient human beings don't tend to forget when innocent civilians are blown up in the name of, what? In the name of stopping Iran having nuclear weapons, because the Israelis just won't admit to theirs, that's all. Also, we wish to let the British government and the Crown Estate know that we can photograph whatever we want. After all, this area is available on Google Maps and Google Street View. So, any terrorists here, please stop filming, just go on the internet, it's easier. So, if Mossad, the Israeli Secret Service, wishes to carry out another false flag terror attack, all they need for reconnaissance is a laptop and an internet cafe. Right. We are the Love Police. We are everywhere. We are an idea, and ideas are bulletproof. We are demon hunters. Not that demons actually exist, but in the big illusion, Might as well say demon hunters. We hunt the ones we carry ourselves, and we hunt the ones that infect the minds of intelligent men and women around the world. We do not obey, we do not censor. And we know, or we hope, that we will live forever. Today is a glorious and auspicious day. I started out with Danny 10 months ago, just the two of us, and now we're many, loads of us. And around the world, today even, well-wishers are sending us positive vibes, because deep down we all know that we have a great challenge in our hands, and we have little time to turn the world around. Whether it's ongoing warfare, or the financial slavery of people, or the depopulation agenda, the bad guys are very successful at beating down the human beings to the point where we hate ourselves and are ashamed of our very own lives. Well, I'd say it's time for that to end now. We've begun to connect with the right people around the world. We have shared ideas, and the revolutionary spirit exists inside all oppressed people of this world. We raise our fists in defiance, for we know that in our defiance and in our struggle we find our salvation, because enough is enough. What a funny world we live in, and I quote from Martin Luther King, probably the best public speaker ever, when he says of the Israeli, British, or American government, a country which year after year spends more money on military aggression than it does on social uplift programs is a country approaching spiritual death. But I know I'm preaching here to the perverted. You guys all know what's actually happening and why dark forces do the dark things they do. It's not very complicated. They're just, the other side of the duality of life, that sort of stuff. Okay. These parasites, and I think all governments really are parasites. I mean, we do have some nice things like ambulances and hospitals and doctors who give us pharmaceuticals which make us worse, stuff like that. But these parasites have taken us close to spiritual death. But in the human spirit, whenever the great darkness takes over, the light can then shine brightest, and an imminent dawn of light and wonder which will force the darkness away for a while. These parasites, the government of this world, are reaching the end of their power, which is why they're bringing in tougher legislation against civil rights, which is why the mainstream media is demonizing everyone left, right, and center. They are so desperate to hold on to control that right now we're probably all on at least 10 CCTV cameras here, even though it says no photography. We are the vanguard of the spiritual fight back, and I speak for myself here. I'm a philosophical and spiritual anarchist. I think a world of enlightened and loving people would police themselves, would organize themselves, would give justice to themselves. We don't need other people to do this for us. And someone said thousands of years ago, nobody rules if nobody obeys. And it was a nice little example there when the police sergeant came over and everyone just stayed quiet and smiling. And he walked away very politely, because nothing happened. So I shall end, before I let other people come forward and use the megaphone, by saying that...
Excuse me, we're trying to do a presentation here. Only one megaphone at a time. God damn it! We will be with you down there in 5 minutes. Stop being such bad terrorists. Now go away.
Okay guys, I shall end before we move down there by saying that in the bigger picture there is nothing to fear, not even fear itself. Fear is an illusion, which is why I wanted to meet here outside the Israeli embassy. Very scary, and lots of nice fancy dress, black and white checkerboards with guns, quite scary. But when you realize you're a spiritual being having a human experience, what are bullets anyway? So anyway, there's nothing to fear, not even fear itself. We are fear. We are love. We are everything. Our perception is everything. We are the sentience of the universe, and we make this 3D realm in our image. So to all the agents, the machine men, the brainwashed zombie government types, we say, we love you!